Good to be back, mate. Great to be at the Pipeline Studios, and welcome, peoples, to the Stoked Bloke Show special edition for the BL Blastoff Global Video Challenge Finals and announcement of our winners. I've had Tom Carroll and Erin Brooks help me choose the winners.
Because you don't want to judge.
It's hard for me to judge. I'm so close to all the videos, and I just can't emotionally bring myself to decide because they're all so good, and I love all the kids so much, and I appreciate them being a part of it, so I get the talent in. Tommy Carroll, one of the greatest surfers of all time, and Erin Brooks, a future great in the making. So
future world champ.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got great people involved in Blastoff across the board, great sponsors. Big shout out to you for your help with everything, and it's been another successful year. We got over 250 videos from about 25 countries around the world.
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
It's a lot of work, mate.
You love it.
I coached every video, all 250 of them. I posted and wrote.
Who were your coaches?
We had Bo Mitchell from Australia, Dario Matoso from Spain, Philippe Malvoy, our great mate from France, and Love Hodel from here on the North Shore in Hawaii. Those guys all helped me out, so big shout out to those for their expertise and contributions to the event and to the kids. And then we had our amazing sponsors across the board, sending prizes around to kids all over the world. We sent out over 70 prize packs to 70, so 70 kids got prizes from us.
Early Christmas.
Early Christmas. Blastoff is better than Christmas. I
is.
once had a kid at our physical event in Sydney come up to me and tell me exactly that. He said, "Hey, BL, Blastoff is better than Christmas."
Wow.
And I went, we better keep doing this then.
That's cool.
Very cool, mate. So today in the show, we're going to run through our category winners: Best Wave, Best Tube, Worst Wipeout, Best Edit.
Worst wipeout or best wipeout?
Again, this is a complicated thing. And you know the interesting thing in this year's wipeouts and across the board in Best Waves, we had some really young. Normally, the worst wipeouts has been the higher end, and we've watched people just getting smashed on really crazy types of waves. This year, it's been, across the board, it's been a lot more fun. The quality of the edits and the quality of the videos year by year just gets better. This was by far the best quality of videos, great spread internationally around the world, and again, we just sent them prizes everywhere, stoking the grommets out. So I think we get into it, mate. Let's announce it, and we will start with the categories, then we'll go to our divisional winners and reward and celebrate those kids for their fantastic efforts this year. And we're going to start with the public vote winner. So the public vote is the most likes on their video. And the winner of that with 1,572 votes was Dominic Carvalho from here on the North Shore.
I remember that name from last year.
Yeah, and he was one of our early entries, and we gave he and Reef Johnson as our high performance winners of week 1 in the challenge. So he's already won prizes from us, but the public loved him. He got the Brazilian vote behind him, and when the Brazilian vote gets involved, it really pushes things up. So, the highest girl vote was Iris Pelnalva from Spain, young 6-year-old girl from Spain, so congrats to her. But overall, Dominic Carvalho, you are the People's Choice winner. Congratulations. To give away to our winners of the divisions, the categories, and the People's Choice, we have GoPro cameras, we have Channel Islands and Lost Mayhem surfboards, we have the Barton Lynch Pro Surfing video games, and we have packs from all of our sponsors. So all of the winners of these categories will win awards, and it depends on what they've had already or not, or whether they're sponsored or not, and we juggle that all around to make sure everybody gets something that's perfectly suited for them. Ta-da! Let's go to the GoPro point of view, obviously presented by GoPro, and the winner of the GoPro point of view was Dylan Wilcoxon from the Mentawai in Sumatra. No real surprises there. There were some great entries. Some other ones, Luna Thomas, Cruise Craft, and a bunch of others. But Luna and Cruise were two that we considered in our final. But Dylan Wilcoxon had 2 videos. One with a mate where he was filming his mate, and it's a lot of fun. It's just full of stoke. Dylan Wilcoxon's tube point of view is amazing.
He would have had a lot of opportunity, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. In his GoPro point of view video, there's 10 amazing shots, incredible tube rides. The guys at GoPro were super stoked on that. They're actually doing an edit of their own as we speak. They're going to release to the world on GoPro, so that's going to be a big deal for Dylan and for them and for Blastoff. So congratulations, Dylan Wilcoxon, our GoPro winner of the best point of view, and you receive the latest GoPro camera. We know that for sure. Okay, and then we move on to the best edit. Again, sponsored by our good mates at GoPro, and big thanks to GoPro ANZ, Australia and New Zealand, for their continued support, and for GoPro International. And the winner of the best edit, we had Kobe Lana Partridge, Sky Seward, Indy Lee Riddell, and Zoe Bradshaw in the final. All girls, 4-girl final there for the GoPro best edit. And the winner, 2023, is Zoe Bradshaw from the North Shore of Oahu. Congratulations, and a brand new GoPro camera coming your way. And the beautiful thing about her edit was that she shot her video with the camera she won last year.
Wow.
So she won the camera in Blastoff last year, went to the Mentawais this summer and shot this incredible video and won the best edit. Check this out. For the best edit, Zoe Bradshaw. Then we go to the best tube. And the best tube category in the final had 2 boys and a girl. Imari Hearn from Bali. You got some incredible barrels in hers and a great diverse video, but the tube ride was fantastic. Dylan Wilcoxon, obviously a great tube rider, as we've seen. He won last year's best tube, but he didn't win this year's best tube.
Who won?
Because this year's best tube was won by the Italian 10-year-old Rocco Rigliaco. Congratulations, Rocco, you little legend. He will win most probably a surfboard or the GoPro camera.
I love that, how you're finding out what the kid needs, what they've already won in the earlier round stuff, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
and then who they're sponsored by.
You really are Santa.
Yeah, I am, and I've got to know what presents they've already had before you give them the
Do
new
the parents
presents.
give you a naughty nice list?
No, we don't
All
pay
nice.
attention to all nice, all good kids in Blastoff, 14 and under, all good kids.
Have to do a special show at some point on the alumni and the success.
That was,
I was talking to Caius King. I took him a guitar the other day, and I said, "Were you ever in Blastoff?" He's all, "Won it all 4 years, mate."
Yeah, he won all his categories,
All
every
his
age
categories,
division
yeah.
he won. And
I took him a guitar to jam because he's a rocker.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I love the Blastoff," and so he was talking it up.
He's definitely part of the alumni and been, from the very early days of him being a 4-year-old surfing in the event and being at the ISA World Junior Championships in Rio de Janeiro last week.
You recognize some names?
Amazing, mate. I actually got the first round draw and went through with a highlight and went, he's a Blastoff kid, he's a Blastoff kid, he's a Blastoff kid.
Were
It's
you
amazing.
seeing kids that you had actually only seen their submissions and now
Yes.
you're seeing them in person?
100%.
That's cool.
And so many kids were reaching out going, hey, I'm here. And I go, I know, I saw you in the heat draw. I just called you heat. And I got to meet Tommaso Layson from Barbados,
I remember the
amazing
name.
young surfer. Brianna Barthelmess from Peru. All of the kids that are in the Blastoff, I got to meet them all in person and watch them surf in real life as opposed to just seeing their videos. And, the kids in the Blastoff, Hans Odriozola won the 16s. And the kids in the Blastoff are the best kids in the world, mate. That's what I was certain of when I was over there. I kept looking at these performances and going, oh, it's a Blastoff kid, that's a Blastoff kid. So all the way from Tyler Wright winning the first one in 2006, all the way through, all those best Australian surfers, all the surfers on the tour now have all done Blastoff, whether it's Jackson Baker or Molly Picklum. All of those kids have come through the Blastoff as grommets, and it's an amazing connection that I get to have with all of those kids. The champions of tomorrow have come through an event that we run, and we've got that connection to them, so it's a powerful thing. All right, best air. Ordinarily, we go best air for the pool and best air for the ocean because, the pool definitely seems to have some ease to it in terms of being able to do crazy airs. The best air pool was Ethan Robertson. Congratulations to he.
What pool?
I think he was at Waco. And it's a big straight front air. And he just pumps in and just hits this big lofty straight front air, just so clean, lands it perfectly. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful air. It's one of those clean, not the most crazy, tweaked out, twisted type of air, but it's just so clean and so perfect that it's hard to beat.
If you were offered $10 million, would you, and unlimited time, would you be able to do that air?
At 60 years of old, if I was able to go there as much as I could and I put everything I had into doing an air.
$10 million.
What, I got 10 million if I did the air?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100.
You'd do it.
I'd do it. I could do it.
I would pay for the next.
I think even without
that would
the
pay
money,
for the next surgery.
Yes, that's right. I reckon even if I took the money out and there was no incentive beside the opportunity to focus in that space and go to the pool and work in it and live in your mind, in the visualization in that, and maybe I'm just dreaming, but I feel like I could do it. Maybe not as good as Ethan's though. No. But the overall winner for the best air went to Dylan Wilcoxon.
In the ocean.
Yeah, it's from the ocean. It's a video that has, a few multiple airs that are of
all good,
all beyond the field, and clearly had him as a winner of the best air overall. So congratulations, Dylan Wilcoxon. Congratulations, Ethan Robertson.
Quick question: where does a person like Dylan go on a surf trip? Huntington?
Well, he lives on a surf trip.
I know. So where does he go on a surf trip?
What he needs, Dylan's...
We got to get him to some beach break.
He needs to surf average terrible waves, and he needs to
Dylan,
compete.
you've won a trip to some horrible waves. Barton's going to bring you to his home beach of Manly for 1 month.
I know Dill's been competing. They've been on the road a lot, and he's learning that competitive ropes. They just did 3 events in Bali, and he won 2 of those events in Bali, made the semis in another. He is literally a superstar of the future in my mind. He's really quite ahead of the pack for his age. The waves that he has grown up surfing has meant that he's able to tube ride like an adult. He's able to do airs like an adult. He's able to lay the rail like an adult. There's nothing that 14-year-old kid can't do. The hardest parts are the terrible waves and the competing, and they're things you can learn. Right. So he's in a great place to have a massive future. What we're going to do now is go to the worst wipeout or the best wipeout. This year...
most exciting wipeout.
Yeah, well, there's been some crazy ones, but this year we had 2 little grommets. One was Billy Stitt, and Billy's 3 years old in his video. And he rides this wave all the way to the shore, and then on the shore he just goes head first into the sand and gets covered in sand like crumb cutlet, as they say, And Billy, after the wipeout, runs up to the beach, looks at his mum and goes, "That was a bloody cracker."
That was a bloody cracker, mate. Get out there, Bill.
Runs back off to get more, and Mum's laughing at him. And it's a fantastic wipeout. Good feels, good vibes. And then Cooper Hobson, another young kid from Australia. He's coming into this section, and you can see he kind of wants to go up and jump over the back of it, but it kind of gets him and slaps him down. So our youngest winners of the worst wipeout ever, Billy Stitt, 3 years old, Cooper Hobson, 10 years old. Congratulations to you guys for taking a licking and keeping on ticking and winning our worst wipeout for 2023.
What do you give a 3-year-old as a prize?
We gave them Amazon Power, the acai company, because then Mum and Dad get to share in it, and they're at that point where it's a lot of the surfing stuff you might give them isn't appropriate, and a lot of the young kids we always go with the Sunbum. And the Sunbum prize packs have so much stuff in them, and the little monkey and all the good, cool stuff for the kids. So we've got stuff that sort of suits all the different age divisions, Florence Marine X, for example, they need to go to kids that are older because it's, bigger stuff that they have. They don't really have product for the really young kids. So amongst all our sponsors, we got something for everyone. All right, so then we go to Best Wave. And our finalists in the Best Wave were Brianna Barthelmess from Peru, Luna Thomas from Western Australia, Chloe Granger from the east coast of Australia, and Summer Hidalgo from Australia as well. Those 3, Luna, Chloe, and Summer, had incredible waves. It was actually Luna and Summer had these left-handers that were some of the longest lefts I've ever seen, and I so just wanted to go and surf those waves. Chloe's was a massive it's 4 times overhead this wave. It's Waimea for a kid, and she just charges this massive wave, rides the whitewater for so far all the way and steps off onto the sand. So
I
it was
saw
a beauty.
you and Aaron checking that out.
Yeah, that was a beauty.
Who were your judges? Because I know you don't like to judge. Judge ye not, lest ye be judged.
That's right.
Barton doesn't want to pick them. So you had some...
Yeah, so Erin...
You did bring in Goofyfoot's, though, because you only respected Goofyfoot's opinion.
Well, that was just by chance.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking, unless it's a deep subliminal subconscious bias that I have. It's quite possible. So Erin Brooks, she helped me with best tube, best wave, and the 8s today. And then Thomas Victor Carroll, 2-time world champ and one of the greatest ever out here, he helped me with the 12s, boys and girls, the 10s, boys and girls. And then there were a few divisions that picked themselves. And you know, there was a difference, and I was able to make those decisions because it was kind of like, oh, that's pretty clear.
I like that they pick themselves. I'd like to see surfers judge themselves from now on.
Well,
you just type in your score after the wave. What do you think?
I think he's
We're
getting
trying
a bit
to fix
crazy
the
with his
judging,
ideas.
you know, like just judge yourself, man.
Well, I think just get judges who can do what they're judging. That's
Okay,
the key.
That's another episode.
That's another podcast. Isn't it? That's another one for sure. And in this case, you know, with Blast Off, even in the physical events, our focus is on improving and coaching. The winning and the losing is at the end of the month-long or 2-month-long event. And the whole way through that event, what we're talking about is people getting better, and we're offering coaching advice. And so we try to create an environment, especially for kids 14 years and under, that is not so all about the winning and the losing. It's all about just getting better and coming together as a community. And we're making connections for people, global, international connections for kids under 14, where they know a bloke from Canary Islands who they've met and they've conversed over each other's videos, and they're going to catch up one day in Hawaii. And, you know, all this sort of thing that's the important part. It's community building, and it's focusing on development and improvement. That's the main premise. So while we do choose winners and we have that championship element to it, through the 2 months that we run, we try to keep the focus on the not on the winning and losing, because it's more about getting better. Winning and losing is a momentary thing. We all go through that. So winning the best wave was from Peru, 12-year-old Brianna Barthelmess. I watched her recently in Rio at the World Junior Surfing Championships, and she's a superstar of the future. This wave that she won best wave for scored 10 points in the open division of her national finals in Peru. So a 10-point ride to a 12-year-old in the national finals, won our best wave. Congratulations to you, Brianna, and it was great meeting her in Peru and seeing how good she is in real life. She's following in those footsteps of Sofia Milanovic for sure. Then we will go and we'll start to work our way. Oh, the cleanup.
We got the New Earth Project Cleanup Award, don't we?
Yes, and that was something we introduced last year, midway through the event, and it was super successful. Kids started sending us their videos.
Those
of
videos
doing
were
cleanups,
fun.
and it's so good to see young people doing good things, caring for their environment. We're here doing the podcast at the Pipeline Studios because of our supporters. New Earth Project, a division of Atlantic Packaging, or an initiative of Atlantic Packaging, and thanks to them, we sit and work in a space that's productive and positive and doing good things for the world. Like, it doesn't feel better. Nothing feels better than that. Being able to contribute to the betterment of society, the betterment of the environment is something that we all care about. And big thank you to all the kids who submitted their videos this year. When it came to, I know we talked about giving a guitar away as first prize. And I got to a point where Jay Miller and his sister Amelia submitted 3 videos.
They were on it.
They were on it. And right from the start, and they were very... informative.
Do we need a couple guitars or a couple ukuleles? What do we need?
Well, and then Luna Thomas was a young girl from Western Australia, Margaret River, who really will be a podcaster, a journalist, some TV presenter. Her ability to present and communicate to the camera.
She's a communicator.
The message of her video was fantastic. So I had a tie between Amelia and Jay Miller and Luna Thomas. I couldn't split those. I went, these kids all are good and all deserve something. So we're going to sort both those kids out with something of value for them, and we appreciate their contributions to the event and to a New Earth Project and all the good stuff we're trying to do. Then we move on to the divisions. And in the 6s, there were some clear winners. And again, we don't, in the sixes, and it's same at the physical events, we don't really like to side. We reward all the kids and go, good on you, we all did
Don't need
fantastic.
winners and losers
Don't
at
need
6 years
winners and
old.
losers at 6 years old. It's not appropriate. But there's some inspiration there. And in the girls, we thought Penny Camage was incredible. She was a standout in the sixes. And a special mention to Iris Penalva from Spain as well. And then in the boys, Alessandro Dotti, 6 years old.
I know this name.
Yeah, he surfs like a grown-up already. That kid is on a whole nother level and a child prodigy at 6 years old, living in Bali. Congratulations to all of our sixes. The most impressive videos, I would say, if we put it that way, was Penny Camage for the girls and Alessandro Dotti for the boys. Congratulations to those two kids. But to all of the kids in the sixes, the winning and losing ain't the focus. It's just about getting better kids, and you got a long time to do it. So we can't wait to watch you guys improve and see their videos next year. Is going to be amazing. So congrats to all our sixes.
Isn't it wild? When you started surfing, you didn't hit like notoriety or people noticing you were good at 8.
No.
It would have been 14, maybe 15, yeah?
Yeah.
So
Well,
you-
that's right.
And
Yeah.
and now, you like, Baron Mamiya, I've been watching him. He should be 47 years old. But I think he's 20, like... You've seen these names for so long.
Yeah. No, it's amazing, eh? And John was like that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was.
I
and Kelly.
just posted a video of John and Kelly
Right.
at our first ever Rip My Shred Stick.
Oh, yeah.
The pros chose the Groms boards and the Groms chose the pros boards, and they had a little surf exhibition competition at Aukai, and it was about 12 or 15 years ago. I just posted it. I'll play it now. And yeah, John catches this wave, and Kelly catches a wave and goes past John. John goes behind him and grabs Kelly's rail and flips him off his board. And I mean, John was 11 years old or something, 10 years old.
And he's flipping the chair.
We've been watching these guys forever.
Yeah, no, literally. And I suppose Kelly might have been one of the first child prodigies as such who you saw in the media.
Right.
And I saw in the media and went, who's this kid? Uh-oh, watch out, this kid looks good, you
They
know.
claimed him early. Were you at that wave pool event that he won in Allentown, that horrible wave pool that was really hard to ride? Did you
I
go
went
to
to Allentown, Pennsylvania, but not to one that Kelly won. Tom Carroll won the first time we went there, I think 83.
Okay. So Kelly was the next one.
Derek Ho and Tom in the
So
final.
you had been and you knew not to go back.
Yeah, maybe that was the case. I thought I was going to kill it in that wave pool. Tiny little left. I was like, I'm going to eat this
Free
up.
money.
And I did terrible. I think I got a 9th, but it was
How'd you
way
lose?
harder than I thought.
Oh, it didn't have a lot of lift, huh?
No, but then even when you think about the final and Tom Carroll, he wouldn't have been someone you would pick to win that event or make that final. Derek Ho, yes.
Yeah.
Sandy Beach, small little left in the pool. But Tom Carroll, that was a testament to all of the training, all of the commitment, dedication that Tom made to small waves. In his career, he'd get up in the dark, Tom, drive to Bondi from Newport. Newport's crappy anyway. You know what I mean? But he would drive to Bondi to
Somewhere
surf.
worse.
And just to go on, to have the discipline and the dedication to drive that hour to the city to go surf these terrible waves as a part of building that mindset of deserving it and of working towards it. And that win was a testament to that commitment he made. And we started to talk about some of the stuff we could discuss in a podcast together, and it will be a cracker when it happens for sure, mate. Because so much water under the bridge between us two. Some of his worst moments are my best moments. My worst moments are his best moments, and there's this long tangled relationship that. Well, we just hated each other for so long, and it was so competitive because
Managers, contests, world titles.
yeah, and everything you wanted to win as a Goofy. It was at a point where Goofies hadn't done much. They hadn't won at Sunset. They
So
hadn't
the
won
first
at Burley.
one to do it was going to get some...
Yeah, and you
credit.
wanted to be the first Goofy to do this. The first Goofy to win a world title. The first Goofy to win at Sunset. The first Goofy to win at Burley. Whatever it was.
Right.
And Tom Carroll became the first Goofy to do all of it. And he just kept getting it before you got it. You're like, wow, that one's off the list. What's next?
Is he older?
Yeah, he's a couple of years older than me, a year and a half, whatever.
It's weird how that's almost a generation in surfing, though, sometimes.
Yeah.
He really was part of a little bit different generation.
Yeah, he started just before us, like Shane Horan. He was those couple of years before
I mean,
us.
79, he was in Japan competing with
Yeah.
Michael Ho, Sean Thompson, Reno.
Yeah, and
You weren't in those first events.
No.
Yeah.
yeah,
He was young, though, then.
yeah, and he was a child prodigy as well. There was someone that they saw coming for a long time, Tom Carroll. And he
But it wasn't as big as a surf market back then, obviously. in
no,
social
and the
when it
media,
started.
yeah, and 6-year-olds didn't surf back then.
Right.
That's the fact.
That's kind of what I was getting at on that
Yeah.
earlier thing. It's crazy that 6-year-olds are ripping with form.
with form.
And now we're going to know these names for 20 years.
Yeah, and when they're 14, it feels like they've been around forever. Erin Brooks might be one of those. She was a judge of ours as well. So big thanks to Thomas and Erin for helping me with those decisions. Boys 8s was a complicated, difficult final. We had Taylor Bartlett and Sanny Hellman from the south coast of New South Wales in Australia, great part of the world. Austin Reynolds, now at Coffs Harbour on the east coast. João Vitor Juquá Braga.
Yeah, that name
From
was
Brazil.
never going to get pronounced correctly.
You don't think that's right?
Say it again.
I feel like I've just come from Brazil and I might have a grasp on this.
Let's hear it one more time.
João Vitor Juquá Braga, amigo. And in the end, it was a tough decision. Erin Brooks helped make this one. Thank you, Erin.
Trying to lay off the blame.
Our winner was Sanny Hellman. And I tell you why. He's got the most appropriate surname.
Because he charges.
Chargers, mate. And, Taylor Bartlett, Austin Reynolds, Joel, Nike, and Jet, you kids all ripped as well. But there was a level of commitment and charging from Sanny, S-A-N-I, Sanny Hellman, that really is next level. He looked like a junior Nathan Florence, just pulling into slabs on dry reef, just absolutely charging. Some great turns and great level of surfing as well.
So we're going to give him Nathan Florence's contracts.
Yeah, we're going to, he can be what would you call
Protege.
that? Yeah, protege, and be mentored by Nathan. Because, Sonny Hellman, you are nuts, mate.
That's cool.
Congratulations to you, winner of our boys under 8s, into the girls under 8s, and the finalists were Zara Carvalho, Chloe Granger, Teddy Camage, and Lani Santos. 3 of those young ladies from the North Shore in Hawaii, so the future of Hawaiian surfing looking really good. Chloe Granger from Australia. The winner was Lani Santos. Congratulations, Lani. Erin Brooks helped choose you as the winner, and amazing performance, great form, great technique, some beautiful surfing from this young lady, and all 4 of you girls we imagine big futures for. We can see that, but our winner of the girls 8s is Lani Santos. And then we go to 10s boys, and again this was really very tight. Some special mentions: Jack Soshiro Labe, Jaya Sohundra, Andre Otero from Spain, Tom Deje from France, and Lucas Montero. You guys were all in our considerations. Sasha Smirnov, Dominic Carvalho, and Reef Johnson, finalists, well done. But then our top 3, we're going to announce it third to first. In third place was Tully Crompton from the Gold Coast in Australia. Well done, Tully. Amazing surfing, great form. Tommy Carroll picked that one. I was super impressed by Tully's surfing. Second place, drum roll please, Rocco Rigliaco from Italy. And that means in first place was Matias Johones from Brazil. Parabéns, Brasileiro. Great effort, incredible young surfer. Again, Tom Carroll picked that. 10 boys won with me as well. So Matias Johones from Brazil, our first Brazilian divisional winner here in Blast Off ever. And I'm sure it's not going to be the last. Big future for all of you kids. Rocco, Tully, Sasha, Dominic, Reef, congrats on making the final. But especially Matias Johones, winner of the boys 10s. Then we go to the girls' 10s. Our finalists were Zoe Bradshaw, Leani Kaloa Zoric, and Maria Clara Chuque Braga, which is sister, should I say, of Jean.
Imagine.
Yeah. So, do you want me to say it again? Should I
Yeah.
just keep
One
saying
more.
it? One more. Maria Clara Juguá Braga.
Let me see it.
Give it a go, mate.
Let me attempt this. João Vitor Chucar Braga. Yeah, I think I say it better.
Chuquá.
Braga. I know a lot of
Braga.
people Braga in Bragagui. A lot of people in Brazil with that Braga as
yeah?
part of the names. Yeah, Braga. I wonder what it means. Braga.
Good bloke.
Let me look it up.
Good bloke on the Stoke Bloke
go
Show.
on.
Here we go. Tens boys. So we got the tens boys, tens girls. The winner was Zoe Bradshaw. Congratulations, Zoe. Amazing. Winning the girls' tens and the GoPro Best Edit. So 2 victories there in the categories that she entered. Great surfing, great video, and the performance level is just so high. The ability to drive the rail and surf big and small waves, ride the tube, but especially drive that rail like a grown-up is incredible for a 10-year-old. So congratulations, Zoe Bradshaw, and to all the other girls in the girls' tens. Loved it.
Side note, Braga
Yes, mate.
references a region, northern Brazil. So when you see Braga,
Braga.
in the name, it means their ancestors or something were from the north, and it's just a reference to that,
the
a
area.
geographic thing. So you would be like, Barton, Manly, Lynchy.
Baton Lienchi de Manly.
Yeah, something like Barton Manly. And everyone would be
Manly.
like, he's so manly. And you're like, no, he's from a town called Manly.
Did you just Google that?
Yeah.
Thank you, mate. That's very interesting.
Google.
So they're from that,
Braga.
and they're connected to their bloodline and where their family came from.
Yeah.
And the brother and sister, the Brasileiros, got so many comments and so much support in their Instagram posts. And I've got to say, every time you posted a Brazilian, the comments went through the roof. And the Brazilians were so engaged and so supportive of their kids and their
By
future.
far the most passionate surf market, yeah.
Yeah, and to be there at the ISAs.
All
in
of
that
Latin
town was
America,
amazing.
I
Yeah,
mean.
well, Latin America's got the passion, haven't they? We see it in futebol. You know, when I was in Brazil, I got to go to the Maracanã and
the
watch
stadium.
to watch Flamengo play Atletico.
Yeah, I went there.
In a super important game.
Flamengo.
70,000 Cariocas.
Unreal,
And it was
huh?
a blast, mate. One of the most amazing experiences of my entire life. Just singing and chanting, never stopped. They were down 3-0 Flamengo, losing 3-0. And there'd be a moment where you think, oh, the chant, the constant noise that they make was going to stop. And then, boom, someone would go, no, we're not stopping. And they'd be shouting and cheering. Even at 3-0 down, they were still passionately supporting. So that was a great time. Thank you, Rio. Okay, we're on to the 12s. And couple special mentions: Daniel Banfield, Tristan Stratz, Matthias Barnto from Maui, and Cash Sutar from the Outer Banks, North Carolina. You guys were so close to making the final. In the final, there was Jaden Wilcoxon, Dylan's little brother, who surged into the final this year from the past videos and is improving at such a rate that we have to watch out for that kid as well. In the final, Yujiro Takai from Japan, Adit Somiya from Bali, one of my favourites, an amazing young surfer. Vinny Palmer from Brazil. Brody Mullick from Western Australia. And Lokana Cullen from the east coast of Australia, Sydney, Australia. And the winner was super tight in that top 6. Tom Carroll and I were just having so much trouble differentiating. We went 6th place Jaden Wilcoxon, 5th place Yujiro Takai, 4th Adit Somiya, Vinny Palmer was 3rd, awfully close. Brody Mullick, you were 2nd, mate, and that means our winner was Lokana Cullen from Sydney, Australia. And the reason was, Thomas will explain to you in his video. Tell him why, Tom.
I would say, just straight off the bat, I'm going to have to give it to Lokana for number 1, because just the way he has this very refined air game into power game.
Yeah.
Like for me. And it's got this just fire to it for me.
Girls 12s. And again, these divisions getting either a GoPro camera or Lost Mayhem surfboard or Channel Islands surfboards. So big thanks to those 2 surfboard companies. It's rare that 2 companies come together and sponsor something. I mean, we actually see it this year with the Pipeline Masters and Florence and Whistler coming together to sponsor
2 clothing brands, yeah.
2 clothing brands. But we've had Lost and CI, which are pretty much the 2 biggest surfboard brands in the world, as our sponsors of Blast Off for over a decade, for a long, long time now. So big thanks to those guys. Girls 12s. The final was Zoe Panettiere, Talia Tebb from Australia, and Auburn Hilly from Florida. Zoe was from San Diego. And the winner was, as picked by Thomas Victor Carroll, was Zoe Panettiere.
But I have to go towards Zoe, because for me, it seemed like Zoe had a real, she could really complete her turns. She was aiming up. She had a time timing real right. She is giving it time,
Yeah.
giving the wave time and giving the whole thing time. For someone to do that at her age is very mature, and that's what I like to see. She's also got some power already in that little frame.
Yeah.
So go for it, Zoe.
Yeah.
I think Zoe's the one for me.
From San Diego. Congratulations, Zoe. I want to give a shout out to a long list of amazing young surfers. Ben Esterhusi, Ethan Robertson, Aidan Albeida, Ashton Crowley, Calais Rivas from the Big Island, Noah Hartney, Reefa Sono, Cruz Euros, Cade Martin, Finn McCarty, Rio Lutherbar, Balin Cullen, Tommaso Layson, Ace Flynn, Alejo Valido from the Canary Islands, and then Kai Walsbach from California. All of those kids were considered in our final. All of those guys had incredible videos and all have big futures, but the winner of the boys 14s was quite clear, and it went to Dylan Wilcoxon again from the Mentawais. Incredible video, incredible surfing, incredible waves, and just makes you want to surf this video.
How can I invest now?
Yeah,
He's like Bitcoin. He's going up.
He's going up, mate. He's an incredible young surfer. He lives in a surfing paradise, and he just charges. He's got a skill set and a familiarity with the ocean that is exactly like Button's Kaliuko Kalani. You know that connection, that they look like they're the one thing doing it together, the wave, the board, the surfer. There's no like a wave and a surfer doing a performance on a board on a wave. They're just one unit all performing together, and Dylan Wilcoxon has synergy with the ocean, synergy with himself and his performance and his boards from Lost like no other surfer. So congratulations, Dylan. 10 out of 10 for your video. Kai Walsbeck was in second with a 9-point ride, and then all 8s and 8.5s and 7.5s from all of those kids I mentioned. Congratulations to the field in the boys 14s. The best we've ever had, the strongest we've ever had. And Dylan Wilcoxon, you take it, mate. Congratulations, boys 14s winner. Could be another GoPro coming your way. He's sponsored by Lost Surfboards, so that one might not work, but congratulations, Dylan. Amazing effort. And then we go to the girls' 14s. And our finalists there were Oshia Curtis from Lennox Head, Australia, Omari Hearn from Bali, and Sky Suet from the North Shore of Oahu. So again, Bali, Australia, Hawaii. And the winner was Sky Suet from the North Shore. Yes, big thank you to Aaron Brooks for helping me with that decision. Sky, super fast, super quick, great airs, performance surfing really starting to go to a whole nother level for Sky. Oshia and Omari, you guys were on fire. Omari particularly, some incredible tube rides, some big waves, so really great diversity of performance in your video, Omari, thank you. But our winner, Sky Suet, congratulations to you. And I think that's us, mate. I think that's all our divisions, all our categories, all our little bits and pieces, and another super successful year for the Blast-Off.
That was great. Went really smooth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it looked like that.
It did look like that to me, since I didn't have to be there until 3 in
Yes.
reviewing and coaching and typing.
And people over in Rio, people keep saying to me, "Do you do everything? Do you coach and I literally coach every video. They're my words, my thoughts, my ideas. I write every single post.
That's so great.
And choose all the winners and connect the kids with the sponsors, and so it's a labour of love. But I remember when I was a kid and you had dreams and people helped you, or people believed in you,
Meant a
or
lot,
people
huh?
cared. It meant so much to me. I lost my father when I was young. I felt like I was out there in the world on my own, going to create a future on my own. And when people supported you and came around you and were there for you in all different ways over my life, it's just meant so much to me. So to be able to give the kids a platform, be there for them, use our expertise and our connections to the industry to supply prizes, to give coaching and direction and advice for their futures it's an honour, it's a privilege, it's a gift, it's a lot of work. And I need to get some support in some areas, and we need to work that budget to a point where we can make more of this opportunity, because it's a really cool thing. And I think everyone that's a part of it and that connects with it sees how cool it is, and what we do with the kids is such a long-term powerful thing, and so many of the champions of today know blast off for being something that contributed to their life, and that's something I'm very proud of.
That's epic.
Thank you, peoples. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back with our traditional Stoke Bloke episodes any day now. We've got the Hawaiian winter starting, and we're going to be doing stuff from here, from the house, calling events, calling amazing days of surfing. And big thank you from me to A New Earth Project, to PK, to the Pipeline Studios for all that they've done for us, for the event and for surfing. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thanks very much for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed Blast Off 2023. Big thanks to all our sponsors. Can't go without doing that.